time psychos get exposed on Paternity Court.
She was smashing the homies and everybody else.
I never smashed the homies. None of you had no
Your
homies.
Honors.
They all were broke,
Your Honor,
Honor.
she was-
I'm mad I smashed that one,
Your Honor.
okay?
Let's get past this because now I see
mean,
your
I'm not-
daughter is in tears.
Your Honor.
Listen, while you two are acting like children, the child is in tears.
To see him once, and I
See who?
to see the other possibility. No, like I've said, there was the other possibility. That there was another.
You have not testified to that in this courtroom. What math are you doing in here?
Lifelong doubts brought Mr. Fox to court after decades. He claimed that Miss Tinker's swindling had never allowed him to believe that her daughter was his biological child. Meanwhile, Ms. Hood alleged that the plaintiff had neglected her whole life, and if the results came back negative, she would be glad.
I just want him to be responsible for my daughter, stand up and take responsibility for her. And it took this long because he went around circles, played games, hung up on me, never gave me any real answer to why he's, 20 years.
For
I've been working with
20
him.
years?
I've been trying to get him to understand that she's his daughter for 20 years.
So the defendant said that when she got pregnant, the alleged father's family said to her that he was sterile, so he could not have a baby. This changed Mama's mind, and she named the daughter after another man.
When I found out I was pregnant, I was 3 months pregnant when I found out. I knew who I was pregnant with because I knew who I was sleeping with 3 months prior to them telling me I was pregnant. My grandmother was upset. She felt as if I had tore up everything they ever taught me.
Were you intimate with any other man during the time of conception?
Not to my knowledge that I can remember. I can remember me being 3 months later.
While putting forth strong arguments, the plaintiff accused that the woman was promiscuous and she had even smashed his homies. Whereas the mother denied the claims by stating, proving, and ruling at the same time this.
She was messing around with other people too. She was smashing the homies and everybody else.
I never smashed the homies. None of you had no
Your
homies.
Honors.
They all were broke,
Your Honor,
Honor.
she was-
I'm mad I smashed that one,
Your Honor.
okay? The
Your
homies,
Honor.
no, they all were broke. I wouldn't smash none of those homies, sorry.
Mr. Fox went ahead with infidelity claims and explained that another man's name on Miss Hood's birth certificate did not let him believe that he was the father. But Miss Tinker hopped into the situation and tried to clear the cutter like this.
She had this other man sign a birth certificate.
I did. I had
She
another
told me.
man sign a paper because when I went to him and told him that I was pregnant and him and his father told me that he could not have kids, this deadbeat ain't
She didn't
ain't
know- she didn't know
claiming
who
he
she
can
was
have
pregnant by.
kids. So I'm psychically trying to make myself think that maybe he could be my baby's father.
Wow. As the testimony moved forward, it got revealed that Mommy had tested the guy and it came back negative, which made him out of this paternity mess. However, the man let her daughter keep his name.
I was wrong. I admit I'm wrong for that.
'Cause she
I
slept with
was
other-
being very
'cause she was
selfish,
sleeping with other
and I
guys,
didn't have
too.
no consideration of my daughter. But I knew who I was sleeping with. I knew who her father was.
She ain't never showed me no papers.
I didn't tell you. I didn't have to show you no
She
paper,
never
but
showed
that
me
wasn't
no
your
papers.
business. What I did do
Saying-
is tell you we took a
saying
paternity
that,
test and he's not
the
her
DNA test
her
wasn't-
father.
She never
I did
showed me
that.
So
nothing.
you're saying you
I
don't
didn't
even
have to
believe
show
what
you
she's saying
anything.
right now?
No, I don't. No,
I showed you
no, I don't
proof
believe
in the
it is.
baby.
Till this point, Miss Hood was already in tears, but her alleged parents did not stop bickering. So, Judge Lake had to jump into their squabble, and Kivanisha told that this paternity mess had baffled her, and she wanted this drama to end once and for all.
While you two are acting like children, the child is in tears. Can you tell me how you feel?
I just feel confused. This always happens. I just want to know my true identity so I don't have to keep a name that's not mine.
Up next, it got revealed that Mr. Fox had 2 other children with Mr. Tinker, and they look like Miss Hood, which made her believe that she was her biological daughter, and he was denying her because he met the mother at the party. This triggered Judge Lake.
How many other men in your mind did you think she was with?
We met at a party.
Okay,
We both met
that
at a
don't mean
party.
she slept with everybody at the party.
And she was sleeping around with other people.
Name one other person. I was
Wait a
sleeping
minute, you saying you met at a
Name
party?
one.
What does that have to do with anything?
with. Okay. You was at the party.
Well, wait
too.
a minute
So what
now.
person were
It's
you?
a lot of people that meet their mate or their spouse at a party.
She been out there.
Your credibility is waning.
Nonetheless, the potential father's testimony spurred the situation. As his little defensive show was riding on the dumb excuses, and there was no credibility in it, Judge Lake cut him off and thrashed him like this.
You're saying Miss Tinker was all over the place sleeping with everybody, and your only evidence of that you could present is because you met her at a party and somebody told you. We then find out you want to get back with her because you end up having 2 more children with her. So,
Jump off.
your credibility is about shot right now.
As the trial proceeded, Kevanisha revealed that Mr. Fox and all his doubts had made her feel worthless. However, he admitted the claims by saying that he had been in this situation before. Oh, mister, that's still disgusting. No one should make any kid feel unwanted like this.
Mr. Fox, are you standing there and you're admitting that you treated this young woman differently?
I was in a position before like this. Well,
When you decide to date a woman, you date the entire package. You with the entire package. It's a package deal. The children come with the mother. You hand picking this one, but not this one, this one,
No,
but
Your
not
Honor.
this. Is that true?
no, Your Honor, I treat all the kids all the same.
It was evident that no one was considering Miss Hood's feelings throughout this paternity mess, and Mr. Fox's ongoing accusation, without any evidence, annoyed Judge Lake. So she cut them off and read the results.
Mr. Fox, you are her father.
Like I said a long time ago, and now when you gonna stand up? When you gonna stand up and take responsibility? I know, I wasn't smashing no homies, sorry.
Patience has a limit, and when it gets crossed, it brings chaos. Listen to this woman who dragged her ex to prove the paternity of her daughter and wanted her to fill in his daddy duties. But the defendant not only denied the baby, but claimed that he was never intimate with her during conception.
He was not there for the pregnancy. He wasn't there for the birth. He's never provided diapers, wipes, formula, nothing. I take care of not only her, but my other 2 children as well, by myself. No help, and there hasn't been help for at least over 2 years now.
The plaintiff said that he was never present during pregnancy nor at the birth, and she alone has been raising the baby beside her 2 kids, who are also with him. So the judge asked Mr. Jordan why he avoided his responsibilities.
I'm just here to prove that Mila's not my baby. She's a liar, like pathological liar. We have 2 other babies together, and I've taken care of Levi and Adrian. Like, I've stepped up. I've changed their diapers. Like, Adrian was here for 7 months. I took care of him. I do everything for them.
You hadn't seen them in over a year. The last time you came was
That's
last
because you don't
week.
let me. What you mean?
The judge asked the defendant about his relationship, and he said that besides keeping in touch with the kids, it was non-existent, and claimed that he had moved to another state. So the judge turned to the plaintiff about her statement regarding his visit.
Your Honor, I just want to say also, when I broke up with her, I had found like sex messages.
That had happened after he had told me he was sleeping around with other women. He sent me pictures, he sent me messages, he's even told me what kind of positions they would do. Like,
Then the judge discussed the conception calendar, and the plaintiff testified that she slept with Mr. Jordan during the middle of March. But the defendant showed proof claiming he was in Georgia at that time, and the baby mama revealed his twisted lie.
Or you were with anybody else?
after he left, I did sleep with someone else. But I did use protection and he did pull out.
Your Honor, there's no way, and on top of that, she said that she had actually slept with someone before and she thought she was pregnant by another guy when she was talking on the phone, so.
No, I didn't.
She told me that she thinks that she was pregnant with some guy, like she just happened to tell me. I'm like, okay.
Lies were coming fast from both sides, and there wasn't any clue of the truth. Now, the case moved forward with the defendant's witness's testimony. The judge asked Miss Gilliard's relation with Mr. Jordan, and it turned out that she went from babysitter to his girlfriend quickly and testified against the plaintiff.
She's gonna take Mila to go see her dad. She didn't say, oh, this might be the dad. She said, I'm going to take Mila
I've
to
always
see her dad.
said
He's
that there's
gonna give me
other
money for
possibility.
her, and that he wants to see Mila.
No, I only
So-
took her to see him once, and I've
see who?
to see the other possibility.
Now the plaintiff is in trouble with a new possibility that popped out of nowhere. Then she finally clarified that there was an existing potential father as well. So the judge asked her to explain her game.
I also found a
she's-
photo on social media, you know, where she's like taking a picture with the baby.
This looks like a family portrait. Does he believe he's Mila's biological father?
He knows he's a possibility. That's what I've told him. He's only a possibility.
So, Ms. Ramirez, tell the truth, because do I even need to go to this envelope? I mean, you talking in circles so much, I'm getting dizzy.
It seems like reality more than a possibility. What is going on in her mind? So the judge got tired and finally commented on the dynamics of these people making babies together. and the plaintiff slipped a shocking edge of the story.
He slept with me when they came to visit. No. Just recently, 2 weeks ago.
When we went to visit,
Twice.
Elias was with me every single day. The one time he was without me was for about 5 minutes in my field of view the entire time.
Day she actually took care of our kids in the car while I went to go pay for a hotel. We had went into the hotel to go check it out.
Too late to add fuel to the fire, but it didn't work this time. Then the judge commented that all of the hate was because of the cute babysitter who has now become the real girlfriend. Later, she asked about their hopes for the baby.
You FaceTime them a lot, and I do that because I want you a part of their life because that's important.
To the fullest extent, she has all the rights to the kids. She does.
Why are you getting upset, Ms. Ramirez?
I know what it's like not to grow up with a father. I grew up in the foster care system, and that's why I try so hard for 2 years for him to be in the kids' lives.
This case was a web of mess, lies, and revenge. The current situation of these three people was at stake, and it was important to settle them again. So, it was time to read the results.
Mr. Jordan, you are the father. I don't know the results, but I saw that one coming through like a Mack truck.
You're right, she was gonna be upset if she found out that she was yours.
Miss Foster arrived at the courtroom along with her boyfriend, demanding to conduct a DNA test to prove that Mr. Durden was the father of her child. But the defendant firmly believed that he was not the father, so a DNA test should not be conducted.
I'm a single parent. Maybe once a pair of shoes when he was a little baby, but other than that, I pay for all the expenses, shoes, clothes, car seat, outings, anything you can think of, pretty much done by myself.
The plaintiff stated that she had to be a single parent because the defendant had done nothing for the baby. To tackle this, the man stated that he didn't want to take care of the baby that was not his, and he was forced to sign the birth certificate.
Mr. Durden, you haven't helped at all?
No, I haven't. And the simple fact because I haven't helped because I don't want to get too attached to a baby that's not mine.
No, that is not true. We used to talk all the time about, if we have children, like I want my son to have my name.
I want to have my son to have my name.
Mr. Durden admitted that he had done nothing for the baby because it was not his, and he should not be taking care of anyone else's child. Moreover, he stated that he had spent his money on protection, so there was no chance the baby could be his.
The reason because every time we had sex, I used condoms.
And that is not true. And I have proof of that not being true.
You used a condom every single time.
Exactly, because I spent my money on condoms.
So, yeah, clearly on condoms, but not on the baby.
Whereas baby mama did not let him put on the show. She stated they were intimate, and that could produce a baby. Further, it was revealed that Mr. Durden took her out and played Sherlock Holmes with her like this.
She didn't even let me know she went to the doctor.
That does not matter. I wanted to make sure that I was pregnant before I bring it to him. Nobody wants to just okay, I'm pregnant.
And even if that is the case,
even sure. He wanted to talk. He called me to a restaurant. We sat down and we talked for him. So when he was on my phone, he took it. He ran in the bathroom with it. Read some text messages that were between me and a guy that
saw a picture.
Even though he had doubts regarding the paternity of Miss Foster's baby, the defendant signed the birth certificate, and he told the court that he was a nice person so that baby mama won't be ashamed. But I'm still wondering if that is not his child, why would he even think anything like that?
He didn't have to sign a birth certificate. He claimed the child was not his, tears or no tears. It's just like nobody forced you to do anything. You signed it because you wanted to.
The reason I come to the hospital because I wanted to try to be a man.
You left as a little boy.
I didn't want to get too attached to this child because in my head this child is not mine. I know for a fact this child is not mine.
Yeah, Judge Lake, we're all on your side for this. Yeesh. The more he testified, the more he was digging the hole for himself. So it turned out that this situation demanded a paternity test.
The more you testify, the more obvious it is to me that a test is needed. Now, you say you're 100% sure. Besides the condoms and the fact that you buy them and you buy them and you buy them, I get that. What else?
Next up, the guy told the court about the phone call he received regarding his girlfriend and her new type of friend. Okay. First of all, I want to know what kind of friend it was that got this man to act mad and generated this serious conflict.
I had a phone call from a friend. He was telling me that he saw Ivy with someone else.
I have friends, like, people see me with
Nah,
people
it
all
wasn't
the
that.
time.
It wasn't that type of friend at all. It was the type of friend you flirt with. It was the type of friend that, oh, your boyfriend's not around, so let me do this.
I never flirted with anybody, never had sex with anybody else. Ian is the one and only person that I've ever had sex
That's
with.
a lie.
So that type of friend. Well, anyway, Judge Lauren determined that the paternity test was necessary to resolve this obstinate dispute. Let's get those results and see if Mr. Durden had to reevaluate his measure.
Mr. Durden, you are the father.
Can I
Sir,
say something, please?
what would you like to say, ma'am?
I don't think that I'm gonna be able to get over the hurt. I'm overjoyed, that he knows now, that it's true. You are the father, but it's just like, what are you gonna do differently?
Well, that's a good question, Miss Foster.